What's going on, YouTube? Pistol Pete here. Again, this time I'm coming at you with a cold steel mayhem knife. So before we even get started and my thoughts on it and go over what I've heard and some issues that may arise and some concerns people may have with this, I figured we'd go over the specs first. So I'm going to list the specs right here. So you'll see the whole row of the specs there. I'm not gonna go over every little detail on the specs, so you can pause it if you want and take a look there, but I will give you the gist and the rundown of this knife, and we'll go from there. So take a look at this freaking beast, man. It's my opinion, just by looks and just by the look of the design, I think it's pretty badass. And it's like a little futuristic cleaver style, just huge folding beast, man. Just freaking awesome. And you could tell the fit and finish, and I mean everything is lined up, it's all centered, the blade's centered. The fit and finish and the design is just beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. I do love the look of this. I mean, just what a beast. And so let me pop this open and we'll go over the specs here. So, quick rundown. So you have it's a 6-inch blade, but a 5.5 inch around cutting edge. It's a 0.17 inch thickness, so not too thick, not too thin, right in the sweet spot there. You have a 7.5 inch handle length, 13 inch overall length, and you do have the Atlas lock. So, you know, cold steel is usually known for their triad lock, which is arguably the strongest lock on the market. The triad lock is, man, it's just, there's no beating that. So, and this one's no slouch. This one here is another one that's super strong. If you go back and see the cold steel testing they do on this lock, this one here holds up to like, I think it was 500 pounds or something, or even more than that on the lock, and it never gave. So the lock itself, you don't have to worry about it giving out on something, which is good. On something this big, you want insurance, you know, that it's not gonna fold on your damn hand. So it's just freaking beautiful. And this thing does have G10 handles. This is a tip-up pocket carry. You're gonna have quite a bit sticking out of your pocket there, as you can see. So it comes up here, it's gonna be about that much sticking out of your pocket. It does come with a fat lanyard hole, so you could put a lanyard on this if you wanna do some heavy chopping with it. Just freaking beautiful. It is a flat ground blade. Oz 10A steel. And they do make a S35VN limited run of, I believe, 600 of them. Special edition, limited edition. So I got both. I lucked out. I'm gonna tell you the story too on all this. So okay, now let's go over the topic of the controversy. Okay, so there's a few issues with this, right? One is I don't know if you guys seen Donnie B All Day's video on this. He got one and he was throwing it at a tree that he usually throws all his knives, and the tip did bend. It folded over slightly, the tip here, because it is a fairly fine tip. Let's see that if we can pick it up here. Yeah, it's a fairly fine tip, but you know, so it's not too rough. So his tip slightly bent to the left, I believe it was, and so he had it sent out to another YouTuber that does actually heat treat testing and stuff like that, and come to find out, because he did chopping with it in the video, and he said he was chopping with the hell out of it, and he said the edge held up fine, no warping, no chipping, no rolling in the edge itself, but he said pretty much from here to right where that grind starts, all here was 61 rock hold hardness, and then as it got closer to the tip, it tapered off, the heat treat tapered off to about 55 towards the tip here, so it got a little softer. So the theory is, and I kind of agree with it, is during the grinding and sharpening, they let the tip get too hot and they lost the heat treat in the tip of that one. Now, I don't know if it's just that one or if it's a lot of different ones. I think it might be quite a few different ones. I mean, they might be, you know, it could possibly be multiples. It could be just one-off. It could be, who knows, you know. But I do know also when what was his name? From Gideon's Tactical. He also did a review on this exact same knife, and he stabbed it into a log, and you can go check his out. And he did a little bit of soft, light prying, and the tip busted off. So Donnie's bent. This guy's totally busted off. So the tip is pretty fragile. You know, it could be a fragile tip. And that was with the Oz 10A steel one, all right? So not the limited edition ones, but it could still have the same issue. I have no idea. I know that still is a little more tough. Obviously, you're paying more, it's a more premium still, so I would assume it would hold up better. But needless to say, you know, this is got to be careful with the tip. And I do agree with Donnie in the sense that, I mean, you're paying top dollar for this damn knife. You know, this isn't like you're paying 60 bucks for a knife and that happened. You're paying freaking, this knife goes usually all day long for around $220 to $250. So $250, you'd expect to have a little better heat treat all the way through the whole knife, right? So I do get that. But for me, for the stuff I'm going to use it for, and I just love the look of it. I love cold steel. And I know, again, the other topic is cold steel, since they, Lim Thompson sold out to GSM, that their quality went down, their quality control went down. Their customer service was always kind of shitty. I mean, it's never been great. You know, even when Lin owned it, I know they had a trouble with customer service. It's really hard to get a hold of. But even more so now with GSM owning it, their customer service is horrible. Donnie said that they even told Donnie B all day, they told him that they don't have managers. No, sorry, we don't have a manager. So let me speak to your manager. You guys can't help me at all. You can't send me a new knife, or I'll send this one back. I'm not asking for a new one. Just replace it. No, sorry, sir, we can't do that. And no, there's no manager on duty. So it sounds like just blowing people off, you know. And you know that kind of sucks. That sucks that when you got customer service like that with knife companies, not just any knife companies, any company does that to you. You know, kind of just gives you the, hey, get out of here. It gives you very, very little confidence in their product, right? But needless to say, I lucked out. Midway USA had a sale on a smoking sale. I lucked out on this one because they had a sale on this for $130, $25-$30. And on top of that, I got a thing in the mail for I follow I get their newsletters, and they had a coupon code for 25% off on top of that. So I got this around $100. So for $100, you know, I can't complain too much. I mean, and again, like I'm not gonna be, even though you should be able to, I'm not gonna be prying with it. I'm not gonna be throwing this knife into trees or nothing like that. This is just gonna be like my carry knife, your your show off piece, right? Your you know, pull it out and people go, oh shit, that's crazy. I mean, it's a capable knife. And like I said, even Donnie was saying from here to here, he was hitting this hard as hell against wood material, and it held up fine. It didn't warp or nothing. It was just a tip that has the issue. So just, if you do have one of these guys and you plan on using it, be careful with the tip. It's very fragile, you know. It could possibly bust, you know, unless you got one that didn't have any heat treat damage to it. Okay, and I've seen a couple other content creators that didn't like this knife because they say it's way too dangerous. Way too dangerous. And that's where I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think it's too dangerous. They're saying this lock, because a triad lock, you have to push down hard and then close the blades a little more. Most people I've seen, even myself, you can get used to pushing the button and just let it fall. This is just so fidgety. It's way more chance. They're saying if you putting your fingers in front of it like this and you accidentally put the button and your fingers, you're gonna chop all your fingertips off, right? And more chance of going to the emergency for this. But again, guys, these are tools. These are knives. These aren't toys. You know, I'm not even into the fidget thing. Like, I'm not gonna be sitting around doing this all day with my Mayhem knife or any knife, any small knife, big knife. I'm not gonna be doing that. You know, these are not toys. They're tools, right? So for me, that's not gonna be even a concern. You know. Just be careful, you know, just like with a gun, you know, you're not going to be spinning around a hair trigger revolver, spinning around. Eventually, if you have it loaded, you're going to shoot yourself with it, you know, doing quick draws. And if you're not deliberately waiting and pulling and practicing every day, you're just trying to do it as fast as you can right away, you're going to freaking shoot your leg. I've seen it happen. You can look up YouTube videos on that. So same thing with knives. Don't play with it so much. I mean, if you want to flick it out once, boom, you're not going to cut yourself doing that. Now, if you're putting it away, use two hands, put it away, you know, or before you close it, make absolutely sure your fingers are 100% out of the way, then close it. You know, don't be trying to do crazy little things and trick moves with it. You know, I mean, if you do, just know the fact that you could probably possibly cut your fingers, you know. So for me, it's not a concern. I know people are, oh, so much of a safety concern. People are gonna be chopping their fingers off. People are gonna be going to ER all the time. That's with any knife. If you're playing around like a kid with a knife, then you can possibly get hurt, right? So just be smart with it, be safe with it. You know, use two hands when closing it and opening it. I'm personally gonna get. I know Snaggletooth makes a wave opener for this thing, and that would be bitching. You know, just when you pull it out of your pocket, pop! It was within a second. This thing is deployed. You know, as soon as you pull it out, it grabs from here and just boom, flicks open, and you don't have to worry about that. And then again, closing it. You know, do what you have to do your task, whether you're doing that or self-defense. You know, after, you know, I'm pretty sure you're going to be shocked. You're probably going to close. You're going to drop it and call 911 right away. You're not going to be like, oh, let me fidget with it real quick. Oh, look, guys, I got him. You know, you're not going to be doing stuff like that. You're going to be either put it down or you're going to be so nervous you're going to close it with two hands anyway. So, yeah, to me, like I said, that's not a concern. The lock's not a concern. I think it's a bitchin' knife. I love the look of it. You know, whether the quality or not, I can see right just by looking at it, it is quality. You know, you could take a look at that and see that it's built pretty well, you know. Whether the customer service is shit or not, I think it's a pretty damn good quality knife, you know. But, you know, so I just, like I said, you saw the concerns. I went over them all now, so you guys know here. It's bitching. I love to look this, and I will carry it. This is going to be my carry one. I'm going to start carrying this. And after I get that snaggletooth, even more so. It is going to fill your pocket up, know that, but I'm used to big knife. I'm used to carrying around the Espada, and I'm used to carrying around big ass folders. So this isn't going to be nothing new for me, right? I already know what it's like. Just wear a belt, you know, tighten your belt up a little bit more so your pants don't drag. And it's not too bad. It's not too bad. This thing is, like I said, it's freaking bitching, man. Every position, whether you grab it like this, all the different positions, and then your hand's not gonna slide up. Look at that big swell here. Your hand's not sliding on that blade at all, you know. You got all these different positions. So you're grabbing it, just standard grip here. You back up a little bit, go mid grip, put your finger here. You go all the way to the back here to give you that reach, if you need that reach for stabbing or for slashing. Reverse grip, you got this reverse little thumb ramp here to put your thumb on if you need to stab downward or slash like that. I mean, reverse like this, of course, I see people do this a lot, but to me, it's like, I guess some martial artists will put this in reverse to do like a backslash with this, but this is it's a false wedge, right? So it's not sharp. I guess you can tear with the tip a little bit, but I don't see 99.9% of people doing this kind of grip. I mean, it feels okay in it, but to me, it's kind of a useless demonstration because most people are not going to hold a knife like you know, in the wrong position with the grip cutouts facing your palm. I mean, but if you had to, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Just freaking bitching. So I got this again, good deal, around $100. And then of course, a week later, I'm glad I got it because a week later, boom, went back up to $230, $240. I was like, oh shit. So I got it at half price plus 25% off with the coupon code. So I lucked out with this one. So I liked it so much when I got this one. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my eye out for a limited edition because they're hard to come by now. They're really hard to come by now. The limited edition ones, you can find them on eBay, but just like anything else on eBay that's rare and in demand, people want to rip you off too. So they're raking the prices up, dude. I mean, you can find them for anywhere from, I think, tops of like $900, $700, and then you see a lot of people selling for around $500. But every so often you'll see one come up for $350, $300, $290, around there. So I saw this one guy, he popped it up, and he's a really cool guy. I'm gonna give him a shout out right now. He's a cool dude. He sold me this. This man, he had a couple on there for sale, and he had this one here, which was, show you the box. So this comes in an awesome box, too, presentation box. This one is 191, so 0191, and he had one that was 196, and I believe he still has more that he's selling too. So if you want eBay, check it out. I think he has it for a little more now, but limited edition, legit. You know, we went over that. He's not ripping anyone off. These are 100% authentic blades. I guess when. Same thing, Midway USA, they had a few of these left and they just clearanced them super cheap. Like he said, I think it was like 270 or 260, around there, something like that, shipped to your door. So he picked up a few and he had it for, like I said, around 300. I asked, and he had to make an offer. So I made an offer to him, and he saw that I was selling a few knives, and he's like, hey, I have another knife that you want. If you want to trade, I'm down to do a trade. And it was a super smoking trade because it wasn't one that I was super attached to. Obviously, I had it for sale, so I was going to try to sell it anyways. And he was attached to these, so he's like, you want to just do what I'll do is buy the one off me that you're going to buy, and then I'll throw the extra one in there, the extra one of these in there for, and then just send me I'll give you, once I have your information, I'll send you the address to send me the other one back. Send me the one that I want that you're selling. I said, okay, let's do that deal, you know. And he took a leap of faith because, you know, he shipped it, you know, out first, and then I had to ship mine. But he's a cool dude. We're texting back and forth. Super nice guy. After that point, I had 100% confidence that this wasn't a scam or a rip off or anything like that. He was just a super cool dude. So we made the deal, and I got two of these. One for a trade, and one that I got he gave me a smoking deal. I think it was like 280 or something like that on. So, and then what I did end up doing, because I don't need two of these, right? So I put the second one that I traded him, I picked the one I wanted, the number. I picked, of course, the lower number, because I don't know, like most editions, right? The lower the number, I guess the better it would be, I guess. I don't know how that goes, but I just wanted a lower number. 191 sounded better than 196, I guess, in my head. It makes no sense, but I just in my head, I felt like, I like this one better. So I ended up selling that one for around the same price, because that's, I'm not looking to make any extra money. I just want to get my money back. So pretty much I got this for free. I mean, I should say for free. I got it for the price of that other knife I was selling that he traded that I had for a while. At least I didn't have to pay anything extra, put it that way. For a trade, after I sold the second one, I pretty much, got this one for the price of that knife that we traded. So let's check it out. So it does come it comes with, of course, plastic covering over it. You can see here the nice little presentation box here. I think the other ones do come too like this as well. The G10, the Oz 10A. But check this freaking thing out, man. Look how beautiful freaking this thing is. Just like the other one, right? And then this one here, you can see if it picks it up here. S35V in Taiwan. And then on this side, you got the man, but you also have your etched in the limited number run here right there. 191. So I don't know if this is going to have the same issue as the Oz 10A ones, or the tips being too brittle. I don't know, because it is a fairly thin tip. And I know Cold Steel's Oz 10A is not bad at all. It's like not a bad metal. It's just the heat treatment was on that one. Because go check out my review on the Espada XL, my Espada XL that I did the review on. I did hard use. I mean, I did prime with that. I threw it like 3 or 4 times at the log. I even missed a few times. Absolutely flawless at the end of it. No problems, no tip bending, no warps, no nothing in that thing. Nothing, no chips, nothing. So I know their Oz 10A is badass. And I know for sure their S35VN is badass. And again, I was gonna say, all these come, most Cold Steels, if you know Cold Steel at all, they come freaking razor sharp. They're freaking just, I mean, straight up razors. Let me show you real quick. I mean, this is just scary sharp. I mean, you hear, again, there's a difference between hair popping sharp. Oh my God, you can almost feel it pulling your skin. That's how sharp this is. There's hair shaving and then there's hair popping. This is straight up hair popping, dude. I mean, let's pick it up. Look at that. I mean, just a straight up freaking razor blade. Yeah, I have no complaints with that. I mean, this thing is just, like I said, it's straight up razor blade. Straight up razor blade. So I think this one will be a little bit more sturdy than the Oz 10, I would assume. But I still wouldn't be throwing it, just because, like I said, you never know. If it is like that one, you don't want to bust off your... And these things, let me tell you, these things ran when they first came out for like $500-600 from the Cold Steel website. And then they dropped down to about like $400 or $500. And then Midway did that, whatever they had, they're trying to get rid of. They did it for like a $250 or $260 or around that price. So some people came up on some good deals on these, man. So luckily I got it just a little bit higher than what they came out for Midway, got rid of them for. So I was lucked out. I didn't have to pay like some of these people that I wouldn't pay that anyways, but $500-600 for this. I would have never got it if it was for that. But for that price I would. And I just love the way the red and the black pop. I just love the way that looks. That red and the block. It just makes it look so nice. Really stands out compared to that. I mean, even this one's really nice. I mean, for the price you get this one for, even this one's really nice. But I just think that red and black just look freaking so nice. But either one, you can't go wrong, really. I mean, if you find one of these for a good price, I would go with it. I mean, you could tell their quality, and there is absolutely in both of these no blade play at all, up and down, left and right. I mean, this thing is just solid. The cheaper version too, the budget one, nothing left and right, up and down. I mean, this thing locks in like a damn volt. Just a volt, man. And again, there's different ways you can deploy it. You can use the thumb stud on the side and fling it open. I mean, you can even just use the weight of the knife. Like I won't even use the lock, just the weight of the knife can open it. But if you want to be just to make it super fast or super easy, pull the lock down here, pull it down to release the blade, release the tension off the detent, and then like butter. And this thing is, look at this, super smooth. I mean, the action is just perfect. So that's why I got it, because I did hear a lot of complaints of people saying about the tip busting off, but I'm willing to, for the look of this thing and how cool it is, I'm willing to take a gamble, especially the price I got it for. It's worth the price I got it for. I'm not going to complain about that. I had to have it. I had to have them, so yeah, so I lucked out. I actually got, like I said, 2 of these that I traded in to get money back. So I pretty much got this one. I wouldn't say for free, but I got it for a trade. It's awesome. I'm happy I have them. So like I said, if you're wondering about these and wondering about the quality, I personally think the quality, other than the heat treat on the tips that we've known is kind of an issue in some of them, but I would say overall though, it's badass. It's badass. It's cool. It's unique. We're also be seeing a freaking humongous blade like this with a freaking strong ass lock, but with the fidget factor or the ease of deployment as that. I mean, you're not gonna find it. This was like, again, this is where Cold Steel steps above most people and does some innovative, crazy shit. But it's cool. It's cool. I mean, I see why. I mean, they got me to get one, right? All right, guys. I went on long enough. Please like, subscribe, share, and until next knife, gun, whatever.